So I was working at a national chain for about 4 years or so, and it was enough time to really get a feel for how they set their productivity standards and their expectations and kind of a vibe for the clinic culture. And ultimately, after a while, when you're trying to discuss patient care and balancing work-life, situations, having all your standards and metrics set by people who don't treat patients is a bit challenging. And, trying to express like, oh, I can't see 2-3 people at one time. It's really tough to get that across. But switching over to ORS, having a PT-owned company, they're right there working alongside you. They are seeing how busy you are. They're able to see how well you are managing and adapting with certain patients. And so they're there with you every step of the way versus maybe once or twice a year they check in and set your standards. So ultimately it was a lot more flexible in terms of scheduling. Yes, my first couple weeks here have been awesome. The transition has been a lot smoother than I anticipated it to be, even though it's a new documentation system, a new kind of way of things working in the clinic. Everybody's been very helpful and kind, and every step of the way asking me if I have any questions, and also, if I say like, oh yeah, I got it, they're supportive. And not only that, but coming in with my additional expertise, even though I'm newer here, they're still asking me questions and feedback. I'm like, hey, I have this situation with this patient, or I have this case, like, do you have any recommendations for that? So already being valued as a part of this team, even though I've only been here a couple of weeks, it's been really, really nice. I would say that, based off of my experiences too, I wish I made the switch a lot sooner. I stayed in quite a bit of time thinking I could make the change in the corporate environment, and ultimately it takes a lot to make those changes in the bigger companies. When here you're working alongside everybody every day, you can always have that open line of communication. And so I would say, how well are you able to communicate with the people that are setting your standards, and how often do you want to be a part of that team and see every person in that team on a regular basis? And if you want that, ORS is definitely the place for that.